way to try and play against Rookie is by not playing against Rookie. Go with Twisted Fate, go with the Gallios, try and have impact elsewhere, because if you end up in this solo lane against Rookie, he will take over.
And that's exactly what I would expect out of Shie anyway, just because when you look at his champion pool, he's already played Twisted Fate 3 times this split, something he's very comfortable on, and it's something he's looked really good on as well. But we'll return to this mid lane matchup because we've got the Aphelios locked in as our first pick. Trundle and Ezreal is the response from IG.
Now look over towards LGD. I imagine we can still see Peanut go towards something like the Graves. It will be the Kindred coming in for Peanut. So this right now is a super strong composition for LGD in team fights and getting towards those later portions of the game. You've already got that double AD carry there. Now you've paired it with an Ornn as well who can provide all those ornaments. LGD are looking to go late, and IG now will have to try and respond. Potential here for Rookie to go towards something that could be a little bit more mid-centric with the Ezreal. The likes of a Zoe could work out really well, or at least something that can control that mid lane and still pair strongly with when Ezreal comes online.
Yeah, the other option is Yuumi, of course. Yeah. With an Ezreal locked in, it's always a great pickup, and it's always going to be something that is exceptionally good in the mid game, in the late game.
And pairs exceptionally with this Trundle as well. This is something that Trundle struggles with, is trying to have some big impact in these later stage team fights. Well, having the El Kitty on the Troll's shoulder means that they can get in, have that last chapter come across several members here of LGD, and giving a little bit more agency in these fights.
So when we look towards the bans here, we've got Nautilus and Leona taken away from Mark. When you think of Mark, those are the 2 picks that jump out at me from Spring. But it's important to mention, he has played 3 games at Thresh so far this split. He's with an Aphelios, so he's going to be more than happy to go for a hook champ.
We are again looking though at LGD banning towards that mid lane. We talked about Zoe providing some nice poke alongside the likes of the Yuumi and the Ezreal here, and providing that mid game spike that IG could potentially look to exploit. But now with the Azir coming off the board too, so this is where Rookie's going to be going way down into the depths of his champion pool. But it is Rookie. Yeah. He's got so many things available.
Look at that. 5 mid lane bans against Rookie. And you know what? It's still possible that they could wait till last. No. They're going to go for the Karma. We've seen this in the meta a little bit already.
Well, this could just be IG going full poke comp, right? You just take Jace for the Shy in the top lane, and now you've got Karma to run and speed you away. You've got Trundle who can provide this disengage. IG have set themselves up for a super strong comp.
You can see it on Kraber's face there. He's like, oh, wait a second.
Yeah.
What have we done? What have we done? Here we go. Shie looking towards the Galio potentially as Bard is locked in for Bard.
I love this. So LGD here have realized, look, this is probably what the IG comp is going for. We need to guarantee engage. We go with the Bard. We've got that Tempered Fate to lock them down. We have that Ornn here as well. Guaranteed engage with the Call of the Forge God. Honestly, I wouldn't be completely against shoving that Ornn into the mid lane and going even for the Volley Bear in the top lane for Longxing. Just going all in on get onto IG. The more engaged, the better for LGD right now.
I really like this Galio though. Shie has proven that he's the kind of mid laner that wants to roam around the map. This is the first time he's playing it this split, but ultimately, Galio is not the most difficult mechanical champion. It's much more about how well you're doing at reading the map. And I mean, if any of you have seen any series from IG so far this split, the Jace is very likely in just about any matchup, but it's going to be the Aatrox locked in here for the show.
Surprised to see the Aatrox. I thought we were going to see this style where they just go full poke, but instead it looks like IG are going to try and at least have some sort of opportunity to fight when it comes to that mid-game state. So you're going to have, again, Aatrox doing well on 2 items, Karma and this Ezreal doing really well too, and you now have a decent team fighting comp where they have some aspects of poke, but still looking to fight in this mid game before LGD can fully take over when we get to that later game portion.
I'm honestly very excited for this bottom lane right here because we have Puff in a composition that is all about setting him up for success. And we talked about how Puff and Southwind have stepped up a little bit more this split to be some of the primary carries, and now IG drafting a team composition, not an individual strength composition, but a team composition built around Puff carrying.
It will be Puff looking to carry, but the problem that I'm seeing here is that in the very early stages of the game, you're going to not have a huge amount of agency for either team down in the bottom lane. You've got an Ezreal Yuumi who's not going to do a huge amount. You're looking over on the opposite side. You've got Aphelios who's still going to try and do some things, but not quite. So realistically, again, we're looking towards this top half of the map to be where the action's going to take place. Shie has got great getting set up when he's being able to get out of lane with this Galio towards the top side, can enable Peanut, can enable Longxing to go aggressive with this Call of the Forge God. And I'm a bit worried that the Shy sees what happens with the Shy, usually gets bullied out in this top lane, doesn't have the support from the rest of the team, and LGD can put this Aatrox behind and run over when it comes to team fights.
Well, Rookie is on an uncharacteristic support mid laner here with the Karma up against Xie on the Galio as we head into game number 1 of this big ticket matchup. LGD up against Invictus Gaming. Let's get onto the Rift.
Now we want to see, how do IG try and play this super heavy solo style, this skirmish style, when they've got the Aatrox, you got this Karma and this Trundle. At least when you start to get in towards these Rift Herald scuffles, where you can try and use this 3-man unit, you've got a nice speed up to try and collapse onto Peanut, onto Longxing, but the issue is, as you try and get aggressive with Ning, with the Shy, you're enabling Xie more and more with this big ultimate. So I'm going to be curious to see how IG are trying to avoid what Xie is bringing to the table in these skirmishes.
It's really going to be a curious one, because this is not the kind of composition I was anticipating IG to bring to the table here today. But when you look at where the strength is in the early game, as you rightly say, you'd expect Ning to be looking towards the Shy in that top lane. And Longxing is going to have a lot of work on his plate when it comes to just surviving this early game. If he gets too aggressive, if he pushes too far out, you know Ning is going to come in.
It's going to be Peanut going up there as well, though. You've got this Ornn that can enable ganks super effectively with the slows, with the CC he can provide. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Peanut at least at some stage making some trips or towards that top lane. But with the path he's taking at the moment, he will be teetering down towards this bottom side instead, looking to try and at least use the pressure and the push potential that Kramer and Mark have right now to secure that bottom lane scud.
It's great to see Peanut on a carry as well. Just one of these champions like Kindred that can really influence the game, can really have his way if he can get the ball rolling, or even just at the late stages of the game. Kindred is pretty much always going to have a huge impact. And it's interesting to see how, you know, we talked up Xie. We talked him up as a player that's going to be trying to influence the map. Well, the Galio is exactly within that wheelhouse, and it's great to see them acknowledging this and setting up Peanut and Kramer as the big characters.
Well, Xie is going to struggle a little bit in this lane. You're already seeing that poke coming down, but especially just with how quickly the wave clear can come through from Rookie, it can be a bit of a nuisance for the Galio to shove out these waves. Main Dematerializer on both sides as well means that he never really gets a break from this onslaught from Rookie. So at some stage, we'll need to see Peanut coming into this lane, helping Xie to get control against Rookie, so we can actually get this Galio out and maneuvering around the map.
Longxing going to have the push advantage in this top side of the map to start off with. You know, we've talked about it plenty of times on broadcast before. Ornn at level 3, arguably the strongest champion in the game at that point. But Peanut wants to make things happen. He wants to start this game off with a bang, moving towards this mid lane. Rookie would definitely be the one to shut down if they can, but he's in a great position on the map right now. He doesn't really have to step up too much.
Right now, Peanut is just trying to keep Xie safe. Was a little bit nervous about Ning coming across and looking for a gank with the shield and the root from Rookie. He's got great setup for Ning, but all safe there. Peanut will just instead move down, pick up a scuttle of his own. And now with Mark roaming, though, LGD could be looking for something. We've
got some aggression here. This is the power Bard, but Rookie just inspires himself, which I'm sure a lot of people would love to be able to do. And he's going to walk away with his life. Now he's able to potentially freeze the wave, although I think he's going to move back under tower. Kramer kept away from the lane, though, by Puff and Southwind.
Xie will get this cheater recall, though, because you don't have a huge amount of pushing power Rookie right now. He's quite low in mana. It's also a cannon minion in that mid wave, so you can see Xie walking back to lane, trying to make sure that when he hits this level 6 point, he's still got access to that teleport to get around the map as well.
Yep, so you will see Xie moving back on in. And obviously, once you do hit level 6, as you rightly say, with the heroic entrance, you can do so much to make big plays around the map, and your teleport just allows you to lose so little when you do go for those plays. In the meantime, we're just going to have a bit of a back and forth in the top side of the map, and I'm really curious about how the Shy is going to play this game, because there's been a lot of conversation about the Shy in this split so far, especially in the first couple of series. He was having a really bad time. He seems to have picked it up a bit more recently, but in this matchup with Peanut on the Kindred, as you rightly said, we could have action towards the top side.
Bit of action towards this bottom side as well. Xie dipping down into river, trying to get some vision control down. They're looking to spot out where Ning is so it doesn't turn out into a party in the bottom lane. They want to try and use this numbers advantage, but at the moment, we're still taking it a little bit easy. We're still waiting for these big ultimates to come up. We want to wait until we've got full control of the bottom side for LGD, but it's just letting the tension, you got to let it boil a little bit first. You know, you can't just jump into your noodles straight off the bat.
I'm not going to lie here, Dagda. I was really hoping for a 2-minute brawl. I was hoping that they were just going to go toe-to-toe from the word go, which I didn't realize rhymes.
Poland, and you weren't even aware of it.
With the Galio in the mid lane, as well as this Karma, you don't really expect them to be doing too much in the early game. Xie, though, once he hits that level 6 mark, that's when maybe he'll start to influence the rest of the map. We could have some action.
It is interesting to see how much Peanut's playing towards Xie, though, making sure he is babysitting this lane.
I mean, he is against Rookie at the end of the day.
True, but it's also making sure that Ning can't try and get Rookie any sort of advantages here. So Peanut will now start up this dragon. You can see the backs are coming through for Puff. They realize how low he was on mana, so with the Felios coming back to lane, they'll be all good to get this first dragon under their belts.
So let's talk about how we... Hang on. Ning's here. Mark is moving up. I think Ning has decided better of the situation. No, he's going to move back in. Doesn't find the smite for himself. Mark can't get a stun or anything, so it's just going to be the dragon going the way of Peanut in the end. And Ning is just going to deny the Hoodie Fruit. Make sure that Peanut has the worst time that he can possibly give it.
So we're looking at Longxing in this top lane. He is going back towards what has kind of become the Longxing special, which is going towards the more team fight orientated build. Not going for the lane where you go for the Bramble Vest against the Shy. Instead, picking up this Bammy Cinder. So he is looking for getting out of this lane and impacting the rest of the map. So all signs for me are looking at LGD trying to find a fight sometime in the near future, because otherwise Longxing would try and get these grievous wound stacks on the Shy and give himself a little bit of an easier time.
You know, you always know just what to say to make my day, Doug.
I do.
We're going to see.
But the problem is, I'm
setting
setting up these expectations, and we've just done a ridiculous segment. I had a tie in my head, Munchables.
Yes.
And if we don't have a fight, and I've had a tie in my head, I'm going to be a little bit.
We literally called this series Fight Night,
Night,
and that wasn't just for the memes. That is because when we look at how these two teams have played so far this split, I mean, IG. This is not even to do with this split. IG just always want to fight, especially during the laning phase. LGD, they have actually been a little bit quieter in the early stages of the game, but they are all about the team fighting. They are all about grouping up, especially when it comes to the neutral objectives. So I was not anticipating the draft to go this way, and I was expecting IG to be the ones drafting aggressively to put pressure on LGD and force them to react in kind.
And we got a Karma. That's what we got. We got an Ezreal, a Yuumi, and a Karma, the most aggressive of team fighting from IG. But we are going to see this Rift Tower coming up, and I think, again, we're already discussing the three-man combo between LGD and IG on that top half of the map. So we could see some brawls happening around that, but I think IG definitely, to begin with, won't be trying to move Puff and Southwinds up to contest this. As in Ezreal and Yuumi, you just want to sit down on this bottom side, and it looks like LGD, realizing that, will already begin to move their bot lane up.
And you can see that maybe this is like okay, if we want to be good again, we need to change our stance from IG, because they've got 2 culls across the scoreboard right there. The Shy having one in the top lane, we've got Puff with one on the bottom side of the map as well. And Peanut is going to have control of all of the neutral objectives so far this game. He's going to find himself this Herald. He already got the first dragon of the game as well. Next one will be Infernal. So we're going to have defensive souls here. We're going to have either an Ocean Soul or a Mountain Soul.
Oh, no. This is where I want to see a little bit more aggro. But I think, look, the reason that we're so hyped coming into this was in LGD games. Oh, hang on. A little bit of trading. But
we had an auto attack.
We had an auto attack, yeah. Whew. But the reason we're so excited is Peanut has been the man for me that I'm looking at on LGD to get all these things started. In LGD games, they have a 70% first blood rate. 100% of that has had Peanut's involvement. So when I'm looking to see where LGD are going to make these plays happen, I'm always looking towards that jungler to see how he wants to make the map his. Right now, though, LGD are kind of going, right, well, we've got this super late game scaling comp where we've got the double AD carries, we've got an Aphelios, we've got an Ornn. Well, we're happy to just match you in this slow-paced early game, while IG are still looking to get the 2 items from Rookie, from Puff, and the Shy.
Could finally have some action though as Longshin goes in. World Ender to dodge the knock up there, flashes away. That's going to be that.
I feel like this is a setup. I feel like what they're trying to do is
You set me up.
I'm setting everyone up for basically myself to fail. But what I think is going to happen here is the Shy, with that summoner spell now burned, Xie having a little bit of an easier time to shove in this mid lane, now has an opportunity to try and go for these plays on the top side of the map. But again, we'll need to see if they are going to be able to use this timing window.
We'll see if they can. Infernal up in a minute's time here as Peanut just going to be running around the map. So far, only one Kindred stack for himself, so a long way away from being able to start to spike in this game. When you look at the junglers, it is Ning that's ahead when it comes down to the CS numbers. We could have a fight for ourselves because Peanut's moved to the bottom side of the map. He's not been spotted, but he's autoed that ward, I think, so they will know he's there.
So won't be able to make too much of it. Even with that Tempered Fate, it becomes very difficult to try and gank onto Puff and Setwin. So much mobility there, the cleanse as well. So not really going to be able to get too much out of the IG bot lane. And surprised to see Peanut spending time, honestly, down here. It's more so, I believe, to get control of this bottom river for the dragon that's about to spawn. To see Ning and Rookie moving down as well in this bot side.
I love how Kramer is just like, look, dude, I've got Severum, I've got Crescendum. You don't get to fight me right now. If I hit Q and then swap to my Crescendum, you're gonna die.
That's the confidence play right there, but Rookie and Ning do control river right now. Xie was backing, so has that Hextech protocol completed, Mark?
We're building up. We could have a fight on our hands here because everyone's here from LGD. Tempered Fate not quite going to land. Puff now gets to walk away.
Look at Longshin though. He's made his way down here. Don't forget the Shy still has teleport, but doesn't have his flash available. So if you can have Longshin pincer onto IG and River, this becomes a very dicey situation for them. They want to be able to kite back to a certain extent, especially if the Shy is not involved in this fight. But now he's made his way towards the mid lane. But Rift Herald placed in the bottom side.
So split call here from LGD as they drop the Herald down in the bottom side, but Peanut and Mark still moving in to try and contest. Good smite comes out from Ning to make sure that the Scuttle Crab is theirs. But that means smite is on cooldown now for Ning. This is a big deal. Peanut is on the scene. He's got smite available, and that means Infernal will go the way of LGD now for the fight. It's LGD flashing away there. All of their members. Rookie is low, and he's going to be knocked up. No, flash over the wall. Ning now caught. He's knocked up for days and days. Kill goes the way of Peanut, and you kept up the first blood rate.
There we go, LGD find the second dragon, they find that first blood. They could find themselves this first tower as well, waiting on this next minion wave. You still have Peanut here, and there's only one turret plate remaining on this bottom side.
This could be the first tower of the game going the way of Kramer as well, and so far so good for LGD. As IG go for a very slow start on things, and the Shy has suddenly realized he's completely alone. In comes Xie on the Galio as well. The turret's still surviving. Kramer finally going to DPS that one down, and the Shy will fall. Xie with the kill.
And that's 2 kills now over to LGD. The Shy staying way too long underneath this turret, especially against the Galio. Will end up giving over a bit more gold to LGD, but gold only a small bit in favor of LGD. The minions and that advantage in the CS that IG have managed to gain in mid and in top will ease the blow a little bit, but this is a great fight from LGD. As you said, no smite available for Ning, so now LGD can turn. Longshin in a great position there to set up across the entire team with that ultimate, and LGD find the pick that they needed.
Very nicely done from LGD. They've got 2 Drakes for themselves as well, so setting up for future success here from LGD. And let's remember that these 2 teams have serious talent on the roster. We've got 3 world champions in this game, but we've got 4 worlds attendees on the other side of the scoreboard as well. LGD squadron are no slouch, and when you look at the compositions, this style of this game definitely suits LGD a lot more than it does IG.
Certainly does, and this is why it's kind of a surprise to see this Karma pick come in with how impactful Rookie has been for IG, especially just off their last series against EDG. I expected them to try and bring out a few more of these fun picks that Rookie would be able to control in this game.
Part of that is the fact that they did ban 5 champions away from Rookie.
That does do a little bit, yes. I will agree, that definitely helps. But still, I thought we might see something come through. But right now, it's IG definitely on the back foot, and they will still be waiting until Ezreal has his 2 items. You're seeing Karma now very much getting to a point where she has that ardent sensor and can be quite useful, but LGD are perfectly happy at the moment. They've picked up a couple of kills. They don't mind giving over some of these Mountain Dragons to IG as well, while they just wait for the rest of their items to come through.
Now, I do want to say as well that, like, I don't by any means expect Rookie not to perform on this Karma. I'm sure that he's able to play Karma up with the very best of them. It's just that when you look at IG so far this split, Rookie has been the carry for this squadron, and so having him on that supportive pick can be a bit of a concern. Now IG moving in to try and contest this Rift Herald. The LGD, they want the fight. Not the best coordination here, but with a knockup with a taunt, Rookie is gone from the map, and there's nothing Puff can do about it. Ning now trying to get back towards his tower. He's going to be able to deny Lanxing getting in.
LGD managed to find the pick, and now they're pushing on in this mid lane. Rift Herald again being popped down. This is looking very much like LGD starting to run away with things.
Yeah, LGD in complete control of this game so far. Herald will go in. It won't quite finish the tower off. And I don't think it'll get another auto either. So tower does survive for the side of IG. But look at the gold. Already 2,000 ahead here for LGD. That tower in the mid lane is just a stiff breeze away from falling over as well. And look where that gold is sitting. Xie, Kramer, and Peanut.
So much of that gold sitting all on LGD's main carries. But I feel like this is kind of IG getting caught out in draft a little bit, right? We could see from a mile away that they wanted to go for this poke style of comp when you have Rookie and you've got Puff, Southwind, all of these poke-orientated champions. And this last tech in towards the Aatrox feels like it was kind of a, okay, we need something to deal with how much engage LGD have drafted here, but an Aatrox isn't really the champion you want to go for in that situation.
It is the Shy, though. So one thing I will say is I've never looked at IG and gone, wow, this team is so cognizant. They're so good at drafting. They always seem to draft the perfect composition for the perfect situation. No, this is the team that drafts Jace every single game blind just because they want to win lane.
But this was a game for Jace.
Exactly.
This was a game.
But, like, ultimately, if the Shy has gone, look, I'm playing Aatrox this game, I'm sure that he is confident in this Aatrox pick. Like, it's not often that we see the Shy picking for the team. So this could very much be something where he feels like he can have a massive impact.
Should have gone for the Callisto the Vayne. See? Then you just go for, okay, well, I got a side lane split push, something that can work with this Karma. But
one thing I will say, maybe it shows respect here from the side of IG, saying, look, we can't just win lane, win game against the talent that is on the LGD roster. Speaking of that roster, they're moving in here because Drake has spawned on the map once again, and IG just going to be fighting for priority in the mid lane. This tower actually could fall. Moonlight Vigil used, and that's going to be flashes out of both of the mid lane and bot lane carries for IG. Now Ning tries to get onto the Bard, but you just can't because it's a Bard. And now on towards the Dragon.
LGD have used way too much. They need to give up this Dragon. No, 3 ultimates already burnt, and IG starting to press forward.
I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're giving anything up. Flash forward onto Rookie, but there's no follow-up onto the taunt. On towards Lanxing just to get himself out of the fight. And now in comes the Shy. Mark gets through the wall, though, with a Magical Journey, and IG group up towards this Dragon.
The only thing that they have really here is Peanut's ultimate, the Lamb's Respite, to try and counteract some of IG's engage, but IG don't care. They have so much poke that they can keep cutting back from LG.
Ultimate's all on cooldown right here, except for the Lamb's Respite from LGD. They're going to move in, and the Shy is doing big damage onto this squad. Lamb's Respite already used now, and IG can just keep them at arm's length. Bear in mind, they have so much healing, so much shielding from this Karma, Yuumi combo. LGD, you can't win a long fight, and Puff is going to chase you down. There's no escaping from an Ezreal Yuumi, and he's going to keep on jumping forward. Mark, though, is on Bard. So maybe he can walk away with this on Peanut. Forced out of the pit here. Ning, desperate just to finish this Dragon off, will be able to get this Mountain Drake. And in goes the Shy, straight onto Kramer. Now Peanut wants to answer for this one. He's dancing around, but he's run out of Qs. One more slam from the Shy would finish him off, but he can't quite get it. Peanut over the wall. Lanxing, though, has found himself alone at this point, and Ning charging on down. The slows there. Rookie with the root, and then again gift it over to Puff. Now Peanut suddenly finds himself in the fray once more. You were free. You were home free, Peanut, but it's 3-3 on the scoreboard.
This was so messy from LGD. Disjointed engages, not what we expected from Lanxing, from Xie. They can't follow up, but everything at the kitchen sink is thrown at IG. IG catch it, they throw it right back, and they pick up the Dragon and the team fight win.
And that is just the perfect fight for IG, right? When you've got a Karma and a Yuumi, staying at arm's reach for 20 minutes straight is the perfect situation.
And this is the re-engage, which was even more baffling to me to begin with. But you've now got Lang Xing stuck in the pit. He's got no flash. He's got to try and fight his way out. The Shy is more than capable of going over the wall, and everyone else on LGD is gone home. They're done with this fight. So why LGD are willing to commit more teleports, more summoner spells, more ultimates to this fight is beyond me. But again, this has kind of been LGD's issue, right? We've seen LGD where they will just, a minute before Dragon is up, toss everyone up towards the top side of the map, invest teleports, invest ultimates, and then lose out in the ensuing Dragon fight. So this is kind of reminiscent of what LGD have been doing, but still heartbreaking to see.
When you look at the two teams on paper, quite often it feels like both of them are willing to just fight. Like IG, it's not like we know this team for fighting for really great reasons. We just know that they're insanely good mechanically, and obviously when it comes down to it, when it comes to playoffs and whatnot, they'll still make good map plays, but we've seen them fight over nothing a fair amount of times. That's a big weakness for LGD as well. And so we could well see that there's going to be a lot more scrapping across the course of this game. We're headed towards the 21-minute mark though here. With Drake spawning in 3 minutes, Baron is available. I feel like I have to say every single game, there is the disclaimer that Kramer's on a FLICKR.
That is always the disclaimer, right? And he's almost getting towards that second item. The third item is where it really comes online. And this is what we're talking about. You're still waiting on this double AD carries to scale into the late game. You're still waiting on these Ornn items to come in for Lang Xing. So this is the point where IG are strongest, which is why it was even more confusing that LGD were so insistent on trying to fight for this third dragon. You can give over some of these dragons to IG, give them the second one, fight for that fifth dragon in this game, and that's where you should be a lot stronger as LGD and be able to take those fights.
Now there's a really important thing to mention about Puff so far in this game. Hang on, we could have a fight here. Dodges away from the Q. Oh, the Tempered Fate. Mark is a genius. Taunt across the team as well. And LGD won this fight before it even began. Nick trying to get away with his life, but there's no chance on that one. Kramer, though, taking a huge damage from Puff himself. Maybe he could 2v everyone this one as the Qs are coming on out. He's got a Yumi on his shoulder. He's going to get away with his life here as the Shy tries to find a 1v1 with Lang Xing in the meantime. I don't think he has the damage to finish off an Ornn at this point in the game.
He could if he's able to hit a few of these sweet spots, but unfortunately they're eluding him right now. Puff.
Uh-oh. Puff's in trouble here. Exhaust comes down, and that is going to mean that he is all but done for on this one. Teleport channeled. Oh, that is a bad look. The teleport coming on through from the Shy, but he's all completely alone. There's no way into this one. This is the problem with your Aatrox. You can't get into the fray if they know where you are, if they can count you out. Now Mark goes in, but fuck! This was a done deal. He's on the wrong side of the map. You don't have to kill yourself. Now the Shy somehow 1v3ing right now, but Xie with a Justice Punch.
He traded 1 for 1, and that teleport meant that LGD couldn't turn towards this Baron. So when all said and done, IG, that's a big win in their books.
And honestly, one thing I was going to say right before that fight started, when you look at Puff, yes, he's got 2 items as the Ezreal, but look at the items on everyone else. Southwind has the Athenes. You got Rookie with an Ardent Sensor and an Athenes as well. So actually, Puff kind of has more than 2 items. Knock up here onto Ning. I don't think they can turn much out of this, though, honestly. Rookie is actually... Oh, my days, the damage out of the Karma. That's meant to be a support. True shot barrage, and Puff is on top of the world right now. Kramer has to try and somehow carry this fight, but the final chapter is going to lock him in place. Puff has the damage, and the Tempered Fate can't save anyone, but they're turning things around here, and Xie might just be able to carry. Puff jumps on forward. Lang Xing barely getting away with his life, and he just might not, though. Puff keeps going on forward. Xie the next target, and this Ezreal is absolutely huge now. Xie can't escape. Rooted up by Rookie. One more auto will finish the job, but there's a nice stun coming out from Mark. Now they're diving onto a tier 2 as well. They just don't quite have enough damage to finish the job, but they get onto the tower.
I thought Puff was going to go down right at the end there, but the heal from Southwind comes through. LGD and IG playing on a knife's edge on these dives, but IG still coming out on top, still using this mid-game advantage that they have super well, and will secure this second dragon off the back. I say that Lang Xing's here.
Yeah, this is it. Oh, Peanut, you beauty! Managing to steal this one away. Lamb's Respite keeps him alive as well, but it's keeping Puff alive too. That's going to be finally the kill, and Shy I don't think he can do much about this one as Langsheng just going to batter him around. Peanut's been found, though, by Ning. Flashes over the wall to try and follow this Kindred. One more auto, but Peanut gets back out with the dance of arrows. And LGD starting to find themselves some advantages.
And that was a dance and a half from Peanut. Fancy footwork will get him to escape. And now they can move towards this Baron. You've got 2 members down on IG, Puff and the Shy. No teleport. LGD could get this Baron.
Yeah, and they've got, obviously, an Aphelios who can just stack up those shurikens and start to really blast away at the health bar.
Peanut needs to be careful, though. We talked about how much poke there is that can come through Rookie, from Southwind as well, but it looks like IG don't even want to attempt to contest.
Dude, look at Shie and Peanut's scoreboard right now. 3-0 and 8, 2-2 and 9. 100% kill participation from this mid-jungle duo.
This smite in from Peanut. No jungler to be found for IG. The fight for LGD. And it looks like we're still getting a little bit of questionable decision making across the board, but boy, is it making it exciting to see these 2 teams brawl it out.
This was so nice from Peanut. Jumps over to get the blast cone. He could have just jumped over the wall, but then the blast cone's available coming out from Nick.
Exactly. It is thinking so far ahead. It is beautiful to see. And now LGD, as we get to this 25-minute mark, are sitting with a 4,000 gold advantage in this game and the potential to keep it rolling. The Molten Edge has just been completed for this Aphelios, for Kramer on the bottom side. So this is now where IG are going to start falling off and finding these fights a lot more difficult to control.
And you can see Rookie here. After going for the 2 support items, he's realized that LS might be watching, so he's going to go for that Leandries as his 3rd item here. Kramer annihilates the bottom lane tier 2 tower here in LGD. Bear in mind, they've now built themselves a 5,000 gold lead. The next Drake is spawning in 2.5 minutes. That would be the mountain soul for them. Puff has been found. Honestly, I'm pretty sure he could just out-damage Peanut at this point, though.
Look at where Shie's going, though. He's been able to push in this top wave. LGD now putting pressure on mid. They can rotate to join Shie on top side if they'd like to, or just keep this pressure mid and give Shie all the time in the world to take down that structure.
They've still got 1.5 minutes on this Baron. They are getting so much value out of this objective. That's already all 3 tier 2s taken. The Baron power play is unbelievable right now. And this is what we said about LGD. When it comes to the coordinated team play, this is their true strength.
Their macro may be a little bit testy when it comes to that mid game, but if they get a lead like this, that's where the veterancy on this roster steps up, that experience. You're looking, I mean, you talked about how long these guys have been the LPL, 4 Worlds attendees. You have a World finalist in Peanut on this roster. If you're looking for people who know how to close out games, it is going to be LGD.
Not just a World finalist either, we've got Shie there as well, who managed to finish 3rd, 4th at Worlds in a previous year, back when he was on WE alongside Mystic. And now, we're getting to the point in the game where we're just going to have big old fights, back to back to back to back. Well, I mean, honestly, if LGD wins a couple of those fights, the game's going to end. But I'm not going to count IG out just yet, because we said Puff has been stepping up. See, Shie, he's actually going to go for the Morella Nomicon. So we've got the 2 opposite schools of thought here out of the mid laners.
And a bit of a different train of thought from Kramer as well, going for the rapid fire cannon instead of the Death Dance that we usually see. So looking to try and put a few more of these long range autos into IG.
The Shy, you can't be there, mate. This isn't your jungle anymore. Shie taunts him. He's going to get the Justice Punch, and the Shy's already dead. Peanut grabs the kill for that one. And that, I mean, that is just a schoolboy error.
And it's also the Shy wasting his flash. Shie held onto the Justice Punch to make sure that if the Shy tried to flash, they were going to get him. Otherwise, Mark just helps lock him up. There's nowhere for them to go. IG now trying to push in mid lane while you've got an exposed inhibitor turn in the bottom lane.
You don't win this. You don't win this race, IG.
Not at all.
Like,
not even close.
Look, there's double AD carries for LGD as well. They have a free ticket to an inhibitor right now. If there's no response from IG, they could actually just end. They could just transport that minion wave underneath the Nexus towers. But Puff has arrived now alongside Rookie and Southwind. They're going to try and do something about it, but the magical journey there. Puff just shot his true shot barrage in the wrong direction.
I'm not sure if it will maybe misclick or try to push that wave in topside, because Dragon is up. They want all hands on deck for this.
I don't know. This is going to be the Dragon going down already. That's Soul. LGD just get the Dragon. No response from IG. Everything's
Xie.
falling apart here. Xie tries to get a taunt, but he's going to miss that one. Kramer now trying to push on in. The Shy is back on the scene. That's going to be final chapter to try and get some lockups. It only gets a route onto one, though. Xie can't quite get the taunt, but it's onto the Shy. He's gone in once again, and he's cut down once again. Langxing just going to be this giant brick wall on the front line for his team, but he's not got that much health to work with. And Lam's Respite going to be used just for the heal, but Langxing doesn't actually manage to get himself into that one.
You've now got the wave for LGD. They have a super minion here. IG need to back, or they can just end this game.
Oh my goodness, Langxing is going to ruin everything for IG. Langxing, you genius. And now into the base. It's only Rookie here to defend. Puff and Southwind have just arrived. They've got to make a miracle happen, but there just isn't enough time. And LGD make a mockery of IG.
LGD looking so damn clean in this first game of the series, being able to at least take a slower pace coming into this early game, but when they got to a